Today we are talking to Lize van der Merwe. She is a speech therapist and she's joining us for a Zoom meeting to discuss the amazing service that she provides for kids with speech delay and the ideas and approach she has to speech therapy. Lize, welcome here today. I'm so excited to speak
Thank you.
with you. Can you
Thanks,
introduce
Fiona.
yourself to us and just give us a bit of a background on where you're coming from?
Yeah. Thank you. I am a speech therapist and a mother of three. And I homeschool my children in the morning, and in the afternoon, I try to help parents, mainly on Zoom at the moment, to realize that they are the experts on their own children, that they know what their children need, and that they have the best interest of their child at heart, and that they can make the biggest difference, certainly with language development. You know, mothers have been learning children to speak since the beginning, for centuries. So mothers know what to do. Sometimes something just disrupts the process, like when you have a special needs child. And then you sometimes need guidance to make it again more intentional. And that's what I provide.
Okay, so you have had experiences with kids and parents and the whole process of language development, speech therapy. And what was that specific thing that you felt lacked a bit? Or was there something that you felt, wasn't really as effective as it could be in the whole process of speech therapy?
Yes, thank you. In my private practice, I focused on maybe 4 to 7 year olds years ago, and started to see that when the mom comes into the session and she's very engaged and she sees what we do and she makes sure homework gets done, those children progressed. I can't give figures, but really much faster than those who came in alone. And when I started reading up, I saw that there is indeed lots of literature that supports that of course, the earlier you start with language therapy, the better outcomes you get, but also the sooner you involve parents. Mm-hmm. The sooner you involve parents and teach them ways in which to sneak in the language that you want the child to learn. Much like moms read magazine articles about how you can sneak in vegetables into meals. So the therapy, when I speak about moms getting involved, it is that I teach them how to sneak in the language during times that they are spending with their child anyway. So in a way, if the mom can do that consistently every day, multiple times, in time she's anyway spending with the child, it's possible that the speech therapy actually becomes unnecessary, that she's providing all the support that the child needs. And of course, it actually then frees up some time for her.
I see, yes. And together with this approach that you found works so well, you've also been certified in a specific model of speech therapy, isn't it? That
yes.
You went through the certification.
Yes. This approach of speech therapy is called the parent implemented speech therapy. And as I said, it's well documented that it works very well. And the Hannon Center in Canada champions this approach, so to say. They've got a whole team of speech therapists there. It's a non-profit organization. So they provide such kind of therapy to children, but they also train other speech therapists all over the world. So there are about 10,000 certified speech therapists all over the world, not so many in South Africa. And then I've done that certification. So I am certified to lead a specific program that offers this kind of guidance that I discussed to parents of language delayed children specifically. They've got also other strands, so to say, maybe for autism spectrum disorder and for late talkers and specifically for literacy, that one can also offer to parents. Yes.
And so when did you start following this approach more specifically? Was it a gradual process, or did you stop and start, from speech therapy over to this approach? How did it happen?
I literally in my own practice started seeing, I remember a specific girl and mom, and the mom came in, and the 45 minutes would literally be spent showing mom what she could do with the child. And literally within 3 months, my mom said, thanks so much. She feels what she wanted to achieve with therapy has been achieved. She is very motivated and confident to carry on in the way that she's been doing, and the results were great. And so I would say, Johanni, it was gradual, but with that specific mom maybe made the penny drop and made me realize there's a lot that you can do in your therapy room. It's not that you must, I'm not throwing that away. There's just so much more that you can do if you train the mom. She's with the child child trusts her, it's natural environments, so the child is more engaged. And like I said, that's how language learning normally happens. You're just amping it up a bit, so to say.
I see. And how do we combat the thing that a parent won't feel, okay, so if I'm not doing this right, or if I'm not doing enough, my child's speech won't develop, or I know that's like, you can apply that in so many situations, but do you think that's what happens sometimes with parents, that they might feel that way?
I'm sure it does. If my favorite parenting quote is, parenting is a guilt-producing affair. And so I really see for myself that when there are many things on the list to do, and it can easily feel that if the child isn't progressing as you would have liked to see, that it's your mistake. And that is not at all, of course, the case. It's not that the child has a language delay because of the mom. There's always something else. It can be hearing. Of course, we always ask parents first to check hearing. It can be something neurological. It can be part of a syndrome. And the main thing here is not to make mom feel that all the progress depends on her and the problem started from her, but to make her realize that every single day she's spending with her child has so many opportunities to make the impact of that language delay less and less and less. And it doesn't need to be a professional. She's got all the tools and more. She must just be intentional about it.
Okay. Oh, that
yeah. So there's no burden on it. I think it's empowering. We get lots of feedback from parents who say, firstly, they love because I do it in groups online, the training. Firstly, they loved the interaction with other parents in the same boat, and they liked that support. But also, very many parents say they appreciate that they got to connect with their child again, because that's the problem with something like language delay. The child struggles so much to express himself or herself that communication really breaks down. So this is a way of empowering the parent again to connect with the child and to share a lot of enjoyable conversations. And that is actually the vehicle for the language growth. And that is often what parents love about the program.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that could be lovable. Tell me, and now you've got an event coming up, right? To kick off this year's course or program. So how does that work?
Yes. Yes, on the 1st of July, I'll have an online orientation session. to parents who are interested in taking this course from Hannon that I'm certified to offer. And that event on the 1st of July, I'll be explaining what it costs, how long the course is, what it will entail. And parents then have a week or so to decide if they want to opt in or not. It's a 13-week course, and every week is 2.5 hour session once a week. So maybe on the Thursday or so. So it is something you have to consider whether you're willing to do it. But like I say, if you're, it's speech therapy. So you take your child for sessions anyway. It's a bit longer, but it might give the results you want in a shorter time. So it's worth a try. And so on 1st of July, if any parent would like to find out more, that's the session they should attend. It's absolutely free and no obligation to join afterwards.
Right. And then where do they find the contact details and the place to register and all of that?
I put a link to the registration page in the notes of this video. So they can welcome to click on that. Otherwise, they can visit my website. That's called www.talkingtokiddo.com. Talkingtokiddo.com.
Thank you so much, Lize. It sounds very, very interesting. And we all evolve, right? And new things are good. So to try new methods can't harm anyone, I believe. So thank you so much for bringing that to us. And we'll be looking out for all your information.
Thanks, Yanni. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Go well. Bye-bye.